That's not how the Force works.
I don't care!
Put a chicken in and make her name it gay!
G'day guys and welcome back to Casual Rage. Prepare to start the show, R2. This is where the fun begins. Hello and welcome to Casual Rage 202, where we casually rage out about the topics of the week. I hope you're all doing well. Sorry, I was a little bit late. I had to get a couple of things just quickly wrapped up, a couple of work things, but yeah, got there. How you all doing? We got a little bit to talk about today. We got a little bit of Star Wars news, but there's actually... I want to talk a little bit about Invincible. We're going to talk a little bit about Snow White as well. There's Daisy Ridley and some Star Wars stuff, like I said. And then we've got a lot of the trailers that were dropped at the Super Bowl. And there's actually more trailers that have come out since then too, or around this same period. So we're going to go through with a heap of them. I want to talk a little bit about Captain America as well. It's more so to do with like the build-up. I don't think I've seen anything quite like it when it comes to like the amount of stuff that they've actually dropped. So that's going to be sort of, I just wanted to touch on it. There's none of it that I've actually watched already, but there's a heap of videos, like behind the scenes stuff. Just so much of it has just like flooded the internet all at once. And like based on just the images that I'm seeing, it's like I've got this playing in the background right now. Just to show you guys, right? And I'm just going through, clicking through like what we're going to talk about. But like just looking at the images of it, it looks like they're just trying to make it like, look how much fun they had behind the scenes. Look how, you know, I don't know, maybe something like that. Anyway, let's quickly say hello to the chat. I hope you're all doing well, like I said. We've got Nuisance Bird. We've got Darth Ghostface. How you doing, Darth Ghostface? And became a law master. I keep saying I've got to change the names of my memberships, but I never do it. Never do it. Puppet Palpatine's Pizza Padawan. How you doing? The great Mike Hill. Pro Jack fan is in the house. Who else we got? We got Holocron. How you doing, Holocron? In fact, Holocron, I need to make you a mod. Can I do that from StreamYards? No, I need to do that from YouTube, don't I? Add as mod. Hang on. Yeah, that's the one we want. Beautiful. Let me go back. How you doing, Holocron? We've got Justin's in the chat. What's up, Justin? How you doing? I've actually not been able to catch many of your streams this last week. I've just been so busy. GT Weber. How you doing, GT Weber? We got King Chris is in the chat as well. How you doing, King Chris? Draga. How you doing? SWA for 10 months. Gary Sue Wilson versus I don't care Red Hulk. Look, this the funny thing is for out of the people that have seen the movie, I'm seeing like a very mixed bag of where like it's sort of fine, it's okay. I haven't really seen anyone say that it's like really good or great or anything like that. But there's been sort of this middle ground where it's just fine or it's an absolute disaster. Flash sent me a free ticket to it this morning. I woke up and I got a DM from Flash and he's got me a free ticket for it. And I'm guessing like he wants us all to watch it before Flashcast on Sunday. Thank you, Flash. Mr. Bantham's here. Awesome. Good to have you lurking in the chat while you're working. Blue-eyed Scorpio. Still want to bang Ray. Dude, honestly, I actually don't think I could. It's not that she's not like attractive. Daisy Ridley, I actually kind of think she's fine. I wouldn't say that she's like super hot. If anything, she's like on that cute level. But yeah, just the fact of there being Ray, like I don't think I could. Honestly, don't think I could. All right. I want to talk quickly about Invincible. Because Invincible Season 3 dropped. The first 3 episodes of Season 3 dropped. And I had no idea. And I honestly don't think most people had any idea. I didn't even see a trailer for Season 3. I didn't see anything for Invincible. And surprisingly enough, it also, with these first 3 episodes, which I would say are really, really good, of Season 3, it hasn't trended either. So, like, basically sort of what I'm getting at with this is Season 1 was really good. Built a lot of hype. A lot of people liked it. A lot of people were interested. A lot of the word of mouth was getting out and people were starting to like, oh, this Invincible. That's how I found out about Invincible. Was because of the word of mouth. I had no idea. And then people were talking about this show, Invincible. I didn't start watching until Season 2 came out. I binge watched Season 1 and got straight, and like that was unreal. But then what they did with Season 2 in regards to splitting it up, going on that little hiatus in the middle there, I reckon that killed it. They killed all the momentum because the first half of Season 2 was like, it was a massive drop-off. Maybe not, it was a big drop-off. A lot of people, like, they thought it was started to get a bit too boring. Like, I don't know about wokeness or anything like that. It was just, it didn't satisfy what people sort of wanted or expected after Season 1. And that's fine. But the fact that they put that hiatus in there because the second half of Season 2 is actually pretty good. Now, I'd argue that these first 3 episodes of Season 3 are better than all of Season 2, including the second half of it. But like there was this, I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but I put it on my story because I was sitting here watching it and I just videoed like, from the couch. But there was just this one, it was so intense. Like, I don't really want to give spoilers in case, because again, like I had no idea season 3 had dropped. No idea season 3 had dropped. So like, I don't want to give out spoilers, but there was this one moment where, let me just say, Invincible's incapacitated and like shit's getting hairy and he's getting the shit kicked out of him. You would expect an ally. And then what's stopping him from fighting back gets blocked and he just unleashes. And in that moment, like I was because I sort of lay on the couch sideways. And like when that happened, I kind of sat up. I'm like, oh my God, what's he going to do? It was intense. It was really fucking good. Really good. And I can't wait because, oh, hang on. Has episode 4 dropped? This is the thing too. Like I'm pretty sure on Twitter, I follow the Invincible account. Let me just check that. Because if I'm not, then I will. Oh, no, not an R and E. Thank you. Invincible. Oh, I'm not following the account. That might have been why. Might be my own fault. But yeah, like I think even episode 4 dropped this week. And again, I've completely sort of half forgot. Like I'm hyped for this show again. And if you were into it and you did fall off after season 2 or even midway through season 2, I recommend jumping back on the wagon and just get through that second season and get into the third season. Like really get into the third season. It's awesome. It's awesome. I kind of feel the same way that I felt about season 1. And I'm not going into massive detail because, like I said, I don't really want to give spoilers. It's funny how, like, when we talk about something that we don't like, I couldn't give 2 shits about giving spoilers out because it's that bad that if I can explain to somebody how bad it is and save them the trouble of, you know, having to sit down for 3 hours or whatever and watching a movie or, you know, going out and watching a movie, you know, that's my opinion. And if people want to take that on board, they can. But yeah, with something like Invincible, I don't really want to give spoilers out. I don't really want to give it out because it's so good. So good. There's one part of it that, like, I guess it sort of needs to be there, but it's the relationship stuff in the show. It's just starting to get, you know, a bit much. But I guess that's what sort of humanizes these characters in a way. Because without that, you don't really have that sort of 2 identity sort of thing. The split identities, you know. You've got your normal life, you know, where they've got to go to school. Or, well, in their case, they're not really going to school. Eve goes back to school for a very good reason too. That's like it's so good the way that, like, because Eve, you know, Eve's able to manipulate atoms to build stuff. Like she can make food just by making it appear, or she can make an entire structure just by making it appear. And she decides to go back to school so that she can do architecture and building construction or something like that. And that's what she's studying. And, you know, she bumps into Amber and they go out for coffee or whatever and they're talking and she's like, this is why I took the class. It's like, that makes sense. It makes sense. If she wants to be able to enhance her ability to build stuff, man, this is the thing. Like, I truly believe that something major is going to happen at the end of this season, and Eve is going to be like ultimate, because she's like, it's almost like she's gone back to school so that she can learn how to increase her power or her ability to use her power. Really well explained. Good character work. Great character work, in fact. So if you are watching Invincible, I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. If you've stopped watching Invincible after, like I said, season 2, get back on. Just get through those, not so good episodes. I wouldn't say that they're bad. Like, it's just sort of boring and lackadaisical. There's nothing really, from what I remember. I must admit, I only watched the first half of season 2 like once. And I was like, I don't think I'd go back. Actually, no, I think I watched it twice with a mate of mine. No, I did. But that's the only reason why I watched it a second time. Have you seen the Legion show from FX back in late 2010? No, I can't say I have. The Legion show. Is it called the Legion show? Oh, here we go. Is that it? No, that's 2017. Let's type it in. 2010. Oh, no, I have seen that. That's a movie, not a show. I can't remember. I think I've got it here. It's funny that... There it is. It's funny that you're talking about that, right? It's funny that I've got this and I can't really remember it. I remember I liked it enough to get it. It's a TV show. Why isn't that coming up here? Let me... Season 1. Okay, so no, I'll say no, I haven't seen it because I know that I haven't seen that. Legion is fucking awesome. I might give it a shot. You recommended it and you like good shit, so I'll definitely check that out. And I don't mind going back to the older stuff too. It's a bit like Stargate. I know, Mudcrab, I know. It's a bit like Stargate though. Like, you go back to Stargate. Stargate's 1994. Stargate came. Am I right in saying 1994? I hope so. Oh, 1997. I was close. But see, going back to that stuff, back when TV, like television series, actually had like a decent number of episodes. Yes, 94. I just searched it. It said 97. I thought it was 94 too. Wait, the TV show? Yeah, the TV show. Oh, is the movie. The movie's 94. That makes sense. That's where that popped into my head. Let me just talk about this really quickly because I just want to touch on this. Mortal Kombat. They're doing a Mortal Kombat 2, and obviously, based on the fact that they're calling it Mortal Kombat 2, I'm guessing is just a continuation of the last Mortal Kombat. Now, I remember when I went and saw the newest Mortal Kombat in theaters with a mate of mine, and I remember walking out and thinking I didn't really like it. I didn't like the idea of the tattoo being the invitation. And there was something else about it that I didn't like specifically. Like just when it came to sort of Mortal Kombat stuff. Other than that, I guess it was okay. I kind of, when I walked out, oh, that's right. I walked out and I was kind of like, we didn't really get a tournament. And then I thought about it and I'm kind of like, well, maybe we kind of did. It's a bit hard to say because the tournament never officially took place, but they took them out before the tournament actually happened, which I don't know whether or not that then stops the actual tournament from happening. Can you just get new heroes or whatever? Or new fighters, I should say, not heroes. New fighters and replace them? What happens to the ones that do have the tattoo? This is why I don't like the tattoo. Like, okay, so the tattoo thing, let's say I was to kill somebody with the tattoo, then I get the tattoo. And then I can unlock my ability, my chi, whatever it is that they explain in it, which gives like Kano his laser eye and, Liu Kang fire and stuff like that. But what happens if you're one of the fighters and you get taken out by one of the other fighters? What happens to the tattoo? What happens to the invite? What happens to the ability for that person to defend the realm? Is it just gone? I thought it was better when it was just like the best fighters from the realm. It does, like in regards to getting an invite, yeah, you get the invite based on the fact that you are officially just the best fighter. I don't think there was anything wrong with that. The fact that they had to make it a tattoo thing just pissed me off. But anyway, I've watched it since then, and I thought it's not as bad as what I thought it was when I walked out of the theater. It's still not great, and I will say it's still nowhere near as good, I reckon, as the original one, despite how corny some of it can be. So I'm interested to see what they do with this second one. Especially after how the first one ended too, actually, now that I think about it. Because Scorpion killed Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero, did he actually kill him? I'm pretty sure him and what's his name? I can't remember his name now. The descendant of him. Let me. I didn't like his power though. He gets this like armor thing, and then he can also create these baton weapon sort of things. They've got blades here, and they can sort of flip around in his hand, a bit like a B-wing. What was I going to do? That's right. Oh, man. It's so funny. Hang on. Mortal Kombat 2, first look at Johnny Cage revealed. Have they actually released a trailer for this? 2 months ago. Is this real, though? That's the first Mortal Kombat. See, these look like those fake accounts. Like, none of them are official. Like, if IGN or who owns it? Paramount or whoever it is, whatever the studio it is, has released a trailer for it, then usually, that's okay. This guy's reacted, I reckon, to a fake trailer. That's kind of funny. What was I checking? Oh, that's right. I wanted to see Mortal Kombat. I wanted to see if at the end of the first one they kill him. Yeah, here we go. Because Scorpion, like, breathes fire on him. I don't think we can play too much of this. I've just got the audio turned off right now. They beat the shit out of Sub-Zero. That's right. I also thought that it was pretty shit how Scorpion basically sort of needed help to beat Sub-Zero. Like, I would have liked it better if the rival, like, he was just able to get his family out while these two just went at it. And yeah, so look, I don't know whether or not that just basically sends him to hell. But, like, he's fried. That's a fatality. Yep. So in the next movie, what do they do with like no Sub-Zero? Or how do they bring him back? They're gonna have Johnny Cage, finally. Anyway, I'd be just interested to see. I do like Mortal Kombat. I like the movies. I like most of them despite their corniness. Like, even the second original one, like, it is bad. It is so bad. So bad. But it's almost a guilty pleasure. Like, it's not one of those ones where, like, I'll sit there knowing how bad it is and have to turn it off. Like, it's just unwatchable. Sub-Zero has a brother. Well, that's true. Yeah, the lore goes deep with Mortal Kombat. Goes real deep. All right, let me shift gears slightly. All right, I want to talk about Snow White, but I don't want to talk about actually Snow White. Like, I just want to talk about what chat music has actually been able to do with Snow White. Let me just blow this up slightly so that you can see the numbers here. Look at these numbers. Like, even is that part one? I think that's part one. Had 3.8 million views. Have you listened to these? They dropped a part 3 this week, and I couldn't believe that they'd actually done that. What's number 2 done? 1.6 million. They're getting diminishing returns, but it doesn't, like, the funny thing is, to me as well, is that they've got enough. They could probably make like 10 of these. They could honestly probably make like 10 of these. There's probably that many comments, that many negative comments in these things. And you should see some of the likes on these things. Like, even just in this one here, like, that has 43,000 likes, 49,000 likes on some of these posts. This movie's going to tank so hard. And the funny thing is like, my observations tell me that there's still a lot of normies out there that aren't paying attention, that just don't care. That, like, when they hear that Snow White is being released in theaters, if they were ever like a Snow White or a Disney fan or a Disney princess fan, they're probably going to go and see it. And it just, to me, sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes people watch movies with such naivety, if that makes sense. Like, it's not intentional. Like, okay, I've got a mate, right, that I could literally watch a show with him. This is my mate that I watch Stargate SG-1 with. And let me just say this. There are some times where, like, we will have watched an episode, literally watched an episode. We get into the next episode. And let's say those 2 episodes are connected in some way. And he might be like, oh, why did that happen? And I'm like, you know, he doesn't really ask like that. But, like, I've got to sometimes go into an explanation. But, like, I'll say, like, do you remember this person? And he'll be like, no. And I'm like, dude, that person was in the very last episode that we literally just watched. And we'd have a laugh about it and stuff like this. But it is just that entertainment, just that thing. And they don't look at the connections necessarily. And I'm not just talking about my mate. Like, there are people out there that just don't pay that much attention. When it comes to the entertainment stuff, I'm not saying that these people are unintelligent or anything like that. It's just I don't know, they view movies or shows or entertainment differently to how somebody like myself or somebody like Flash or Mauler or any of those people out there that are sort of would consider themselves critics in some way like for me, it's more so Star Wars, obviously. But like, again, for them to be able to put this much content out, for them to be able to, like, you look at the ratios of the actual trailer. Let's have a look and just see. Because again, after they pushed the trailer with the first one that they did to this one with over 1 million dislikes. And like there were people in there saying like, I had no idea about this until I watched Chat GTP. What am I saying? Chat Music's fucking trailers. Let's see. All right, the Disney trailer. It's got 9.1 million views. Okay, it's still at 1.1 million dislikes to only 44,000 upvotes. Man, that. You've almost got no words for it, right? Walt Disney Studios, Philippines. Man, that's got 1.1 million views. That's got 149,000 downvotes to 8.7 thousand upvotes. Look at this. Insane. Look at that. And if you honestly think that these people aren't paying attention to, like if you think that Disney's not paying attention to these figures, even on YouTube, crazy. All right, we how many people in the chat have actually seen at least one of these? Put a 1 in the chat if you've seen at least one of these. 1. Yeah, that ratio though, right? 40,000 bots. 1, yeah. No, Palpatine hasn't seen one. The funny thing is like I watched Steph's reaction, My Nerdy Home's reaction to all 3 of these, and I love seeing when she breaks, when something breaks her. It's kind of funny. Not yet. Okay. Even if she looks like Lord Farquaad. Gay Cell Shade, how you doing, brother? I'm loving the chat music. The chat music for Snow White. I haven't watched. The funny thing is, I haven't watched any of the others. The chat music for Ryan Kennel's forehead is so far. I have to see that. I haven't seen that one. All right, we'll watch one. We'll watch one of them. We might watch the most recent one, the third one. What do you reckon? What do you reckon, chat? It's the longest one, 2 minutes 17. I will say, I reckon it goes in this order, though. I've got to reshare my screen. I reckon it goes in this order, though, in regards to, like, quality. The first one's still the best one. The third one is the second best one, and the second one is the worst one. But I will say it's still not bad, the second one. All right, here we go. Here we go. Ryan's forehead's a must. All right, well, we might try and search that one. We'll watch that one straight after this one. Just because. All right, here we go.
I think a happy ending would be if she is the apple in the movie fades to black. Even Microsoft is rooting for this Apple cancel due to premium, so I can't enjoy the ads. Not even Oppenheimer could make such a bomb. Disney's going down faster and faster. This movie been released in the 1900s sites, and it would have been forgotten as the worst disaster.
That's so funny. If this movie was released in the 1900s, Titanic would have been forgotten as the worst disaster. Jesus.
Look like none of them are allowed within a mile of the school.
I'll stop pausing.
The United States military should use this movie as an interrogation tool. Zagalor is gearing up for a new career as a cashier at TJ Maxx. When your lead actor is some toxic sheep poison.
That's a great one too.
Lord Farquaad couldn't get the princess, so he became one. Congrats for her transition. Snow White eats the apple but is unable to sue because she agreed to the Disney Plus terms and conditions. This makes YouTube Rewind look like a cinematic masterpiece. Knowing that this movie exists truly makes me jealous of the blind, the deaf, and the deceased. Mirror, mirror on the wall, Walt Disney disliked this from heaven. Mirror, mirror on the wall, March 21st is the new 9/11. I find your lack of audience concerning Dwarf Vader. Drop the biggest shit and
Didn't even give us toilet paper.
Coming to a theater
So
near you,
good.
decides to live off grid. My Wi-Fi tried to disconnect itself to save me from watching this. If she's Snow White, then I'm Michael Jordan. At this rate, Disney are gonna make Mickey Mouse a dolphin. This trailer makes
animal
me
swap.
feel emotionally rewarded. The only snow that's white here is the one Disney's executives keep snoring. Mirror on the wall, when did Lord Farquaad get so tall? Mirror, mirror on the wall, who approved that wig after all? Mirror, mirror on my screen, can this trailer be unseen? Mirror, mirror on the wall, what's the shittiest remake of them all?
It is. It's going to be the shittiest remake of them all. It really is. All right, we're going to watch number one, actually. We're going to watch the first one because I still think it's the best one. And since there's still like a few people in the chat, thank you, Soul Assassin. I see you sent me the song. I'll grab that in a sec. We'll watch this one and then we'll watch Ryan's forehead.
If I saw this movie on a plane, I would...
Whoa. Why? Whoa. We don't. Why did it come up with those subtitles? What just happened? It is brutal. It is brutal because you got like, again, think about this for a second. This comment alone ratioed the trailer. This one comment alone ratioed the trailer. You know how insane that is? And there's there's so many.
If I saw this movie...
Like, pay attention to that, guys. Pay attention to the number of likes on the comments.
If I saw this movie on a plane, I would still walk out. This trailer makes me want to sit on the TV and look at my couch. I paid nothing to watch this trailer, but I already want my money back. Coming to a theater near you,
43,000.
They should have made Rachel CGI instead. One Brown and the 7 Discord mods. The CGI looks much better when I turn my monitor off. Disney invites you and I must politely decline. I'm rooting for the poison apple. Why is Lord Farquaad playing Snow White? This movie should come with a disclaimer. No dwarfs were harmed, but your childhood might be.
You can tell I've watched this a few times.
Self-implode this hard since that Titan submarine.
Brutal. Brutal.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. As a German, I claim cultural appropriation.
That's brutal
mirror,
too.
Mirror on the wall. Snow White in the 7 CGI abomination, making the dwarfs look like a PS1 Hagrid was a
That's
ball
brutal.
choice. Rachel Sagler looks like a medieval squire boy. Marvel's lost $237 million. Snow White, hold my beer. Disney used to make people famous. Now it ends acting career.
Brutal.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, where the seats are empty in Cinema Hall. Mirror, mirror on the wall, what's the biggest Disney flop of all? Shut it!
Shut it. Good as. Well done, chat GTP. All right, let's get Ryan's forehead. Here we go. We're going to drag this over. Oh my God. How did Ryan feel about this? Hey, at least you haven't had nowhere near as many. This isn't Chat GTP though. Why don't we keep saying that? It's just fucking pops off the top of my head. This isn't chat music though. This is obviously someone else doing a similar thing.
A sniper's dream, 100 nights of memory. He has me forehead, and after head goes praise for the goal, no matter who he.
That's funny. That's so good. He has a forehead, and an afterhead. Oh my God. I'm sorry, Ryan, but it is kind of fucking funny.
Head goes praise for the goal, no matter who he races, he gonna have a head start. From too low, remembers what happened too long.
Wow.
His father stands on the second floor. Why can you still see his forehead with the comments open? Shut his eyes. He got a lot on his mind. He's been told to hold that thought all his life. Rose sweat tries before it reaches his eyes. He needs thanks. Rose imagination all day on to HD. If you do an inch on his forehead, Kobe will survive.
Wow.
His forehead says 6'5", but his eyes say 5'9". The most epic heroic song of all time. Rose forehead has a national anthem.
Bro knew this would happen.
His forehead has a national anthem. Wow. Okay, that's pretty fucking funny and brutal. There you go. So yeah, look, just in regards to going back to Snow White really quickly, it's hard to say how this movie's going to go. Like, I know that there's people out there and they're talking about box office and they're talking about like how much money it's going to make its opening weekend and like the predictions and all of that sort of thing. And it's getting close, right? So it's what, March 21st or something it comes out. I sent you the link. Go, Flash. Send me the link to what? To Captain America. I know, I talked about it earlier. I'm going to talk more about Captain America, but yes, I do need to watch that. I'm guessing we're going to be talking about it on Flashcast. I will say thank you for the free ticket, but like, fuck, man. Have you watched Invincible yet? Episode 4 is, I think, out. I haven't watched it yet, but have you watched it, Flash? All right. Let's see here. Where are we going? Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I know. I was talking about it at the beginning of the stream. Fucking, and the thing that sort of has pissed me off is the fact that I didn't even know season 3 was coming out. Did you? Like, I had no idea it dropped, and I feel like with the split that they put in season 2 and the first half of season 2 wasn't that good, they kind of screwed it up. People are just they sort of stopped paying attention. Only 3 more left. Yeah. It goes so quick. That's the thing. And that's sort of what I was saying earlier about how they used to do seasons of television were like a season of television. Like, at least get it in the high teens, especially if it's something good. Oh, yeah. Ryan is a good dude. Yeah, puts up with a lot of shit. I've had the opportunity to meet him, which was nice while I was over in America. All right, let me just bring this up really quickly because I think that this is from Star Wars Explained. So Stellan Skarsgård performance as Luthen Riel, I don't know if that's how you actually pronounce that properly, in Andor, named in Variety's 100 greatest TV performances of the 21st century. Let me say this. He's a great actor. And I will say this. His performance in Andor was fine. It was, for me, it was what he was given and the role that he was that he was written for. You know, to me, him coming in and what they did with him was basically like, and I don't know why they would do this because Bail Organa is like, I don't know. Isn't he diverse enough? They had to replace him with a white dude. Like that's kind of what I see in regards to like, why did they even make this decision to basically not have Bail Organa as important as he needs to be? Now, look, they might change something in season 2, but fuck, he seems to just not be around. The Luthen character, you know, is sort of basically running the show. Grandmaster Chris, how you doing? Good to see you. Darth Pause, I see you too. Time for everyone to bounce. So look, the fact that he is recognized as a top 100 great TV actors, and look, it might have been for his performance in The Acolyte, obviously. His performance was fine. His performance was fine. No Star Wars talk. No, we'll talk about it on Flashcast then. I won't talk about it here. We'll talk about it over on Flashcast. What do you reckon? We should do a Star Wars special where all we talk about is Star Wars once a year. And then every other show, if we do that, if we do one whole show where all we talk about is Star Wars, you're not allowed to talk about anything else but Star Wars. For every other show throughout that year, we won't talk about Star Wars. At least I won't bring it up. Well, that's I can't promise that. That's the problem. Oh, fuck. We'll talk about it here then. Yeah. This is a nothing burger to me. This is like Star Wars Explained is like the mainstream media. Sorry. Star Wars Explained is what the mainstream media... Star Wars Explained is to Disney what the mainstream media is to, like, the left. God, it took me a while to spit that out. They are basically Disney Star Wars propaganda channel. That's what they do. Hey, Keely Chow. Yep. Big time. And I don't think anyone can deny that. They try to. What's going on here? Oh, it's fine. They try to. They try to deny it. Moving right along. Derek Hoffman. Before we go any further, let me... Derek Hoffman. Did Days of Future Past, Timeline, Superman 2. He's a producer on all of those. He did the... he was a co-executive producer on Legion. the TV show from 2017 to 2019. Anything else of note? That's it. A producer on those things. Okay. Derek Hoffman has been appointed Lucasfilm's new vice president of development and will now oversee live action projects. Hoffman worked on I could have fucking just read it all from there. Why is this even really a thing? Like, you know, we had the announcement that basically Dave Filoni had become the chief creative officer or whatever at Lucasfilm, which was a promotion that he was given, or the title change was given to him like a couple of years ago. The promotion was given to him like years before that. But like, he was the person, from my understanding, that was supposed to oversee the live action projects. Now, that's not to say that you couldn't have multiple people overseeing these projects. You could have somebody that does know the lore inside out and back to front. Obviously, that's supposed to be Dave Filoni. Obviously, he is the wrong person for that job. But are you going to be like an executive producer now overseeing all the live action projects? Like, I don't understand why this is like even an announcement. Is it just an announcement because, yeah, people liked Days of Future Past? I can't speak on the TV show The Legion or the Gift. I don't know. I don't know about either of those. Did the Gift even come up in? I can't even see it on his IMDb. 16 blocks as well. I don't know what that is. So like the thing, my point is with all of this basically is like, we do seem to just keep getting constant announcements out of Lucasfilm. Like there never really seems to be any result. Like, don't get me wrong, they are still producing stuff. The stuff that they're producing has been pretty fucking shit. The next thing that I think we're expecting is the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, is it not? Are we expecting another Disney Plus TV show to come out before Mandalorian and Grogu? Andor, maybe? I think maybe. I'm not even going to bother to check. But, like, I don't care. I don't care that Derek Hoffman, the man who did, was a producer on X-Men Days of Future Past, is going to be overseeing all the live action projects. What credentials does he have that makes me think, or that makes you think, that having him in this position is going to change my thought process on what you're doing with Star Wars? It's not. Moving along, the Mandalorian and Grogu star Sigourney Weaver reveals that Grogu, has grown up a little bit in the new movie. Really? I'm sleeping too. The thing is that they haven't really even done a good job with Grogu in regards to like showing him grow throughout the series that they've done. Like he still seems to be like 10 years is pretty much gone by from the beginning of season 1 to the end of season 3, especially based on Jon Favreau's words. So, how much more can this thing grow up? I get to have scenes with a little Grogu, which is probably why I did the movie. Oh, really? That's why? It had nothing to do with whatever money that they threw at you to get Sigourney Weaver to come and roll in a Star Wars role, yeah, okay. It was because of Grogu. And he's a little badass too. It's going to be wonderful for people to see what Grogu is up to now, because he's grown up a little bit and is capable of much more than maybe we think just watching the series. You know what that tells me? This is going to unleash his like Force abilities. They're going to make him so powerful. So powerful. And you know what? It's probably going to be so far to the point where they do Gary Stu him, but the justifications will come out. Oh, he spent 2 years with Luke Skywalker, based on Jon Favreau, training and all of this kind of stuff. And he spent how many years in the temple? And again, these people don't even think like, Luke Skywalker telling Grogu about how he reminds him of Yoda when he was in the temple, when Yoda was actually around, is a little bit fucking stupid. Again, this is just a little quote, a little statement to try and get the Grogu people excited. They want to keep, this is the thing with Grogu, is that they want to keep him as a baby for as long as possible. They want to keep him like a toddler baby kind of thing for as long as possible, because that's all they've got. Once they grow him up and he's got to become mature, people might still say he's kind of cute, but he's got to be more, like they've got to make him a more intelligent character. And especially with what kind of species he is and his abilities, you would have to think he's going to have to be really fucking smart. If Disney really wanted to subvert everybody's expectations, they would make Grogu go dark. They would make Grogu go dark, and Luke and Ahsoka have to hunt him down with the help of Mando, that doesn't want them to kill him. That Grogu hope is dead, Rhino. Yeah, look, you say that. But, if I mention Grogu to Anna, I mean, you've seen it. Oh my God, little baby! The cat's just freaked out then. And I don't hold that against Anna. She's a girl. She likes these cute little baby thing. Okay. I do find it weird when you get people like those guys that Grizzy like clips out and stuff, where he's sitting there with the Grogu sitting on his lap. So anyway, good luck, Sigourney. It's funny. It seems that anybody with like an established name in Hollywood that seems to make their way into Star Wars seems to do damage to the legacy of damage to their legacy, really. So good luck to you. Oh, I shouldn't have closed that. We're almost done with the Star Wars stuff. Flash. Oh, man. Actually, before I bring this up, let me just do this. So, Luke Skywalker is finally officially at Galaxy's Edge. It's a bit late, Disney. It's a bit late. To me, this is damage control. 100% damage control. Does he fit in this universe? And the thing is, too, is obviously, like, I don't know how young that person is. I would have to see their face. But, like, he is recreating essentially a scene from the sequel trilogy, right? Just not overlooking his burning temple. He's overlooking the Millennium Falcon at the park. He looks like he's wearing... He doesn't look like, it's Disney's Luke Skywalker, basically. And once again, like I said, it's too little too late, Disney. You've done so much damage to this franchise that when you announce, I mean, it shouldn't have even have to have been an announcement. There should have been Luke Skywalker at the park from the fucking word go, right? You would have thought, yeah, that's not Luke Skywalker, that's Jake Skywalker. 100%, too little too late. Wait, Anna is a Grogu. Is that Grogu attractive person? A Gap? That's funny. I don't think she's attracted to Grogu. I think she's like she turns into like a really feminine mother. Oh my god, it's so cute! I want to squish his cheeks. That's what she gets into. It's too little, too late. You're so retarded, Disney, that you think that something like this is now going to work after everything that you've done. You know, I would say the highest peaks for Disney Star Wars when it comes to all the Disney Plus shows are anything with Luke Skywalker in it. There's only really two things. You've got the end of Mando Season 2, and you've got the two Mando episodes in the Book of Boba Fett. And both of those things are not really memorable. You know, people have said that their reactions were like overhyped because of the lack of what Star Wars we were getting. They thought that they were getting Star Wars. And now that some of those people and, you know, a lot of people actually look back on that, they kind of like, oh yeah, it is Luke Skywalker. It's not really Luke Skywalker. Finally. Again, one of those things where I copped a lot of shit. I copped a lot of shit during that Mando Season 1 phase. When people thought that they'd turn the corner and people thought that the Civil War was on and all of that shit, and they believed it all. And I was sitting there going, this is fucking shit. There were parts of it that were kind of like, it's okay. A bit like something like The Rebels, right? Where you get scenes and you get moments that are actually like, whoa, holy shit. They do have the ability to write good Star Wars. And then it gets fucking dumped on 2 seconds later. Yeah. EFAB got lit up for not liking Mando Season 1. Yep, so did I. And now they're trying to use more Luke Skywalker to feed off your nostalgia and hopefully help try and save this franchise for Disney. You know how you save the franchise, Disney? You actually make Star Wars. You actually go back to what Star Wars was. You see, you bought Star Wars and you thought that that meant that you could do whatever the fuck you wanted with it, including destroying more than half of the canon. In fact, you destroyed, I would say, what percentage would you say the movies are, what they kept, compared to the entirety of the canon? 10%? So they threw out 90% out of your $4 billion purchase. How pathetic are you? And then Daisy Ridley talked about, again, she came out and she seems to be the only one that we seem to get any quotes, anything from in regards to this new Jedi Order movie that she's a part of. But like, I wouldn't normally, I'd just simply brush over this and talk about it. But, you know, it's kind of funny when you read what she actually has to say here. So Daisy Ridley says she has confidence in the new Jedi Order movie and has been involved creatively. So this is what she had to say. I don't know that I'd be a producer on it, but I certainly have been very involved. I'm not involved in, well, not very involved. Okay. The fact that she's just basically like contradicted herself and gone, well, look, I'm really involved with it. Oh, actually, no, I'm not like very involved in it. Let me just read on actually. But I'm involved in as much as I know what's going on. Is that it? I know the story. I know what's going on with the script. So I'm aware. So that's all her involvement is actually just being aware of what's actually happening. I truly don't believe that she's in there creatively trying to fix this script. And I say fix the script because how many writers have they had come in for this? I mean, fuck. This was announced in 2023 at Star Wars Celebration. So I'm aware of all that. And I think what's been really wonderful over the last few years is being more involved from the start to the finish, or from the start to finish. Really coming to set, knowing this is the absolute best way we can tell the story. Are you even going to set? Have you even started going to set? Like, what are you actually talking about here? Now, is going to set, do they say going to set when they say that they're just going in to maybe sit in the writer's room? I don't know. These are the best actors for the job. This is the best crew for the job. Having that confidence is so lovely. And it's not that I didn't have that before, but I'm much more cognizant, of it now. So in that way, I'm looking forward to turning up, really knowing the ins and outs of what the journey has been, and where and we are arriving at the absolute best place to tell this particular story. Look, out of everything that she said there, she said a whole bunch of nothing. It seemed that she kind of lied and then pulled herself up in her lie. And from that, do you have any clarity on anything that's actually going on? Okay, you know the story. Okay, you're going in and you know the script. And you're aware of all of that. And that's the extent of your involvement. This is saying something just to keep attention on it, when in all honesty, I don't think that they need to be putting attention on it. And sorry again for my reading, you fucking dyslexic piece of shit. So yeah. What more can I say? What more can I say? All right. Let's get off the Star Wars stuff. I got nothing more to talk about when it comes to Star Wars other than when it comes to the shells. So, I want to talk about the trailers at the Super Bowl. I'm going to say, for the last 5 years at least, I reckon, I've taken the Super Bowl off because I enjoy the NFL, and it's really the only, we don't obviously get college football here or anything like that unless I get some sort of streaming service. But we get live games of the NFL, and I've been really enjoying it. This year's Super Bowl, though, I'm glad that the Chiefs didn't win, but, you still always want to see a good game. It was just a blowout, and Mahomes was just horrible all day. So there was that. There was, again, the Kendrick Lamar performance, which I'm not going to get into that much. It's funny. I'm not massively into Kendrick Lamar, and when the halftime show came on, I sort of started watching it a little bit, And I was like, oh, I've got to go to the shop and get some drinks and stuff like that. So I left, and then I got back, and the third quarter had started. So I'd kind of missed everything, and I kind of caught up on it later. The Swifties lost, thank God. Yeah, they did. And it was good to see. It was actually nice to see her get booed, I got to say. Like, for the last, couple of years at least, when they've been in the Super Bowl and you're sitting there watching, instead of showing a replay of the last play, they flicked to Taylor Swift, and it was starting to really piss me off. So that was kind of fun. But then there was the trailers. Now, it's a big thing, the Super Bowl trailers and all of that. And, we seem to always get at least maybe one or two interesting trailers. The trailers weren't even that fucking exciting. We had a Thunderbolts trailer. I didn't watch that. We had a Jurassic World trailer. Well, it was a TV spot. We had How to Train a Dragon trailer. We had a Mission Impossible trailer, which I actually didn't even know. We had a Formula One trailer. Novocaine, I don't know. Lilo and Stitch, Smurfs. Was that really it? Was that really all we had? Really, the only one that I'm interested in is this one, and I haven't seen it, so...
It's been a long time, Ethan.
Your mission, should you choose to accept. Everything you were. Everything you've done. Must come to this. I need you to trust me. One last time.
Well, out of all of the things that they announced, that's probably the one that I am the most excited for. That didn't really do too much for me. I love the plane acrobatics and stuff. Tom Cruise obviously doing his own stunts is always awesome. But yeah, out of everything, that was it. I've got some of the trailers here. So we've got How to Train a Dragon. Let's watch this one. Now, I got to say, I really like How to Train a Dragon. I know there's like 3 of them. I think I've only ever watched the first one, and I really, really liked it. It's kind of one of those animated movies that sort of surprised me.
We're all descendants of the finest dragon fighters from everywhere the Vikings ever traveled.
Is that Gerard Butler? Is that Gerard Butler playing? Is he playing the dad?
Are a threat to all of our lands. It's time, Hiccup.
I have to kill you. I will, because I'm a Viking. Hear that? I'm a Viking! It's okay. I won't hurt you.
I got to say, the casting so far through those seems to look pretty good. And the CGI looks fantastic.
Maybe they're not as bad as we think they are.
In case you forgot, our parents' war is about to...
And the fact that they made, like, Toothless look like Toothless. They didn't go sort of trying to change it, make it look more live action-y or anything like that, I think is a credit to them. It's kind of like... the Sonic thing where they, released the first images of Sonic, people blew up about it. If they had have done something like that, it would have been interesting to see if they had actually changed what they'd done, but they didn't have to, thankfully.
become ours. Figure out which side you're on.
They've killed hundreds of us!
And we've killed thousands of them! Ruthless, no! She's a friend! You all need to see this. I'm not one of them.
Wow, you've lost everything. Your father, your tribe, your best friend. What are you gonna do about it?
Probably something stupid.
Well, you've already done that.
It's something crazy. What's up to us? Us? Stick with me. All right, bud, you ready? Come on! Here it comes!
The terrible terror!
It's like the size of my...
So the only thing with this is like it's kind of like with the Lion King, right? If it is purely just a cut and paste in live action, I don't know if it's necessary to do that. And the only risk with bringing something from animation to live action is the fact that in animation you can overdo expressions. You can be really, let's say, hyperbolic about it. And it doesn't come across as cringy. Whereas when you do it in live action, it does come across as cringy. So you've got to find that balance there. And it's just whether or not they can actually do that for me. And believe it or not, I'm interested in seeing it. And that's only because I do like the first one. Or like, you know, the animated one. What's this? Oh my God. This wasn't obviously released at the Super Bowl. I'm surprised that this is even being released at all. If you haven't seen this, this is Prime's new movie that there's coming out April 10th called G20. Now, there is so much about this. I was watching Ryan's video, and I think that there is something in the fact that they truly believed and truly hoped that Kamala Harris was going to win the election. And this was going to help, you know, inspire people to see that she's a strong leader.
Madam President.
This is cringe. This is so cringe. Like, I don't really want to watch it. We're gonna, because it's 2.5 minutes long.
We have a situation. Ma'am, apprehension is minutes away.
And seeing her, what's her name again? What's her name again? No, see, the funny thing is that there's a scene in here where I'm like, whoa, did they cast Kamala Harris in this fucking movie?
Ma'am, apprehension is minutes away.
A little much, don't you think, Mom?
Zip it. You and your brother are coming to Cape Town with us.
Why?
You know why.
All you ever care about is work.
The other thing too, like even just watching this first couple of seconds of this, like it's funny how they think to portray a strong female character, they have to be stoic and stale. It's the only way that they know how to portray a strong female character is stoic and stale. Like if you look at like there, even there, there.
You and your brother are coming to Cape Town with us.
Why?
You know why.
All you ever care about is work.
I implore all world leaders to join me at the G20 summit.
Come on, Madam President.
Oh, damn. Now we gotta go save the world.
Like even just in that, now we've got to go save the world and roll their eyes and walk away.
The 20 most powerful world leaders together. Going dark in 3, 2, One.
No, I didn't see that. Let me have a look. Yes. Like, this is the thing too. Like, you know, she'd have Secret Service with her and all of this kind of thing, and she's the one doing like, you know, they didn't think to grab the fire hydrant. I mean, maybe she was the only one next to the fire hydrant. I guess there's got to be some context to it, but they really want to portray this as like all her security detail is basically pointless, and she's got to be the badass to do it all.
To the government's watching, I've taken the G20 by force. When we launch Project Deepfake, we will reset the world's
Project Deepfake.
financial markets. You got to read the words.
It's so gay.
As written.
Quick beige fox. Quick beige fox. Quick beige fox.
Now we control the narrative.
My husband and kids are missing. We have to find them. If you want to live, you'll follow my lead. Now you're captured.
So she's telling, like, what, Secret Service? I don't know. She could be speaking to anyone in there. Like, is that the same scene? It might be. It looks like it could be the same room. But, like, how about, like, you... Okay. The best example, actually, that I could possibly give of how ridiculous this is in comparison to, like, what should be happening is, like, Olympus Has Fallen. If you've seen Olympus Has Fallen... Mike Banner, his priority is to get the president's son, find him and get him out, which he does. And then the next priority is to get the president out, right? You know, and he tries all of these different things to, you know, lure the bad guy out of the bunker and all of that sort of thing. And the whole key is to get to the president. But like the mission was to get the kid out first. Like the Secret Service that is with her, the priority should be to get her out of the building. Now, if they have access, like if they're not being held prisoner yet and they have access to parts of whatever facility or whatever building that they're in, then the mission should be to get her out of there. Not for them to follow her lead if they want to stay alive. Like, it's ridiculous. And it's so ridiculous to the point where if this was a male president, if this was a black male president, it wouldn't matter. What should be happening in this situation should be the same. Now, again, there might be some context that I'm missing. We are just watching a trailer. But again, based on what we're seeing and based on what we've got out of Hollywood in recent time, do you really think that, you know, she's going to listen to the white men that are protecting her?
Now you're Captain America.
Ridiculous.
That was quite well done. They've got at least 5 hostages in the kitchen.
Now, look, they did show a poster at the beginning that said that she was a part of the military or something. You know, she was a hero. So there is an argument to be made that she is like, you know, trained somewhat in hand-to-hand combat, trained in firearms. Okay. But there's one specific bit, and it's pretty much this bit here.
Your survival is what matters most.
I will not leave them.
I just want to say first, look at the size of this dude. Look at the size of this dude. And you got a 60-year-old woman, one like uppercut, one left hook, one right hook, one jab, and she's on her ass as far as I'm concerned. Like an out.
Drop it!
And she tells him to drop it first. Why not just shoot him?
Guns, 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 guns.
President Danielle Sutton. You get around, don't you?
I'll get around to you too.
Mom, I can help.
Lights up.
Find her.
Where are my husband and kids?
We're all here together.
I'm gonna get you out of here.
What if we get you into a comfortable pair of heels? Do you want an honest answer?
Do I have to say anything? Do I actually have to say anything? We know exactly what that's for and who that's for. And again, I truly believe that they thought is this what you were talking about? The robot dragon? Soul Assassin, is this what you're talking about? Did you send this to me? It's the perfect word for it. So what am I looking at here? Let's bring it up. So first look at Dart the Dragon. So this is going to be an epic universe. This is kind of cool. Wow, look at that. Wow. You would say it's just one of those dog robot things with like a obviously bigger design, and then, put the covers over the top, the head, and to like make that all robotic. That's very cool though. Disney is scared. Well, they should be. They should be right now. We watched G20. Fuck. Thank God. I don't want to ever see that again. All right, and there is one more trailer that I want to watch that actually does interest me. And in all honesty, I actually had no idea about this. I think I may have heard a couple of things on the grapevine, but I did kind of just think it might have just been a rumor. The Accountant 2. I loved that first one. The Accountant is a great movie. Great movie. And this is the dangerous thing with something like this. It's kind of like Gladiator. The best example that I can give in recent times would be Gladiator. Now, I haven't seen the second Gladiator, and from what I've heard from people that have seen it, it's not great. It is just an inverse of the original one to some extent. And that's really it. But it wasn't very good. But the only thing is I don't know if the second one did damage to the first one. I haven't gone that deep into it to see what people's thoughts are on whether or not it actually retroactively damages the first one. And I don't really want to know, because I think Gladiator, the first Gladiator, is a masterpiece. It is probably in my top 5 greatest movies of all time. I just don't want anything to... It's kind of like with The Lion King, right? I never watched the remake. I've seen little clips here and there from it, but I've never actually sat down and watched it, and I'd refuse to. Especially after watching Aladdin, the Aladdin remake. There's no Gladiator 2, 100% there's not. So that kind of does get me a little bit scared for this movie. But let's take a look. This is my first time seeing the trailer, so let's watch this together.
What's the
And I need
difference
to get a
between
drink.
dressy casual and business casual?
Both mean leave your cargo shorts and flip-flops at home.
We don't own cargo shorts. We don't own flip-flops. Anything else?
Don't wear your black suit. It makes you look like a mortician.
Lord, my path has gone astray. I'm just trying to find my way. Now that you have gone away,
Why'd you ask if he was having money problems?
I'm just trying to find my way.
Does that make you nervous?
You're an escaped convict, trained by mob accountants. Your clients are drug cartels, money launderers.
Is that a yes?
Ray King has been murdered. Do you like puzzles, Mr. Wolf?
I need your help to finish the job you started. What are you doing?
Waiting for you to finish.
Interesting.
So you can.
Do what I need to do.
You were never meant to see.
What do you want?
Hello, it's me, your brother.
You can't tell from the tone of my voice that I know it's you.
Can you be in Los Angeles, California in 24 hours?
Goodbye.
Braxton?
All those things inside of me.
Was your brother up to speed on the case?
A Fed, huh?
Need to know who Ray King was meeting with.
Let me do the talking.
I'm just trying to find my way.
You say it more than I thought.
I work for a government agency. I don't torture people.
You didn't.
Why would Ray meet with someone who killed all these people?
She didn't kill all those people.
How do you know that? No.
You often confess to capital murder?
I actually didn't say anything.
I have been to every place.
This is it, huh? Living in a lunchbox.
It's quite comfortable.
I have been to every
Spent years looking for you. Do you not miss me because of me, or is it your condition?
I'm just me.
I have made a great mistake.
To go over the plan again?
Plan? You get these ideas in your head. Good for you. Let's get ourselves killed.
I can feel them coming.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find my way.
All right. I'm down. Ben Affleck. I'm down. I'm sorry. I know accountant. Meh. I need to temper myself though. That's the problem with something like this. That trailer definitely got me excited for this movie. For something I wasn't expecting, for something that I don't think was necessary. There's some interesting stuff in there for sure. And Ben Affleck plays the role so fucking well. I'm waiting for you to finish, to do what I need to do. Really good. Well, I need to just, yeah. Don't get too excited, Rhino. Don't get too excited. All right. Let's just watch some of these. Like I said, they have been pumping out, absolutely pumping out the promotional shit for Captain America. Let's have a look. This is on the 13th, 4 a.m. for me. On the 12th at 6 a.m. On the 11th at 4 a.m. The 13th again at 12 p.m. And that's just like I could go here and like it. Now, obviously, it's Marvel Entertainment. They're going to promote the shit out of it. But the only thing that I look at with this is like I haven't seen so much of this flooded out the way that they have for this movie ever. I don't think. J-Lord for $5. Thank you, J-Lord. Says Disney and Lucasfilm dishonor George and Walt. Oh, 100%. They have been for fucking years. Also, post 2016, generally, even the good ones are bland and colorless when they were so vibrant before. Man, there's so much that actually has, when it just comes to entertainment in general, that's gone backwards. Like you look at CGI compared to CGI just from, I don't know, 10 years ago. Like the CGI now is horrible. And, you know, I don't know whether or not things like that have to do with like the volume. You know, you look at something like Obi-Wan Kenobi, right? That show when he's chasing Leia and, you know, they seem to be in like a cramped, confined space. It's obvious. Entertainment's gotten so bad, not just in like the actual storytelling and all of that, just in the visuals too, in the way a lot of it looks. And that's why when you see something like How to Train a Dragon, you see that trailer and it's like, whoa, they actually put some effort in. Movies, I mean, even the good ones, like Blind though. Yeah. Sorry, look bland, those. Yeah. I gotcha. Yep. Entertainment has gone fucking down the toilet. But they care. Like, the funny thing is like, you go back to when, you know, cinema was good and everything, and the people that were making those movies or making those shows or something were invested. They were the artists. You know, we don't have, there's nothing like that anymore. Anyway, let's go through some of these.
The fact that Harrison Ford is playing President Ross / Red Hulk is kind of one of the many pinch yourself moments for me.
Really?
Well, I'm still speechless.
I knew he got big. I knew he got mean. I knew he got red. That's all I needed to know.
Harrison brings you in, and all of a sudden you're a part of it. Sculpting a character in a world this big. I couldn't put a price on that lesson.
Marvel brings to the screen excitement, entertainment, a spectacle. And I thought, well, maybe I ought to get me some of that.
Oh man, you can't tell me that he wasn't paid specifically to say those words with the excitement on his face. He probably had to get paid an extra $1 million just to make sure that he's smiling while he said that. I'm sorry, I don't buy it for a second. For somebody that hates Star Wars as much as he does, that like always says that he doesn't care about the fictional stuff of these stories or whatever. Wow. I'm sorry, but he had to have been paid. Had to have been. I mean, he was paid obviously for the role and everything, but to promote it the way he's promoting it. Let's take a look at the one that they released, the day before that? Yeah.
I'll be right back with our interesting guest. Work with me, Sam.
I remember the first day, everybody was so excited. And when you showed up, everybody just jumped into action, ready.
And this is the other thing too, is like I was listening to Gary on his Nooner with Chris Gore, and they were talking about how the promotion sort of just revealed everything. The trailers and all the promotion that they did and everything like that revealed everything. It would have been better for this movie. I reckon it would have been It would have been better for this movie if they had have actually kept that a secret. Right? Now, what happens after they keep it a secret? will depend on whether or not the movie was good or not, right? If it's kind of like what I said before, if people think that this is a shit movie and they were to keep that as a secret, that there's the Red Hulk and Harrison Ford's the Red Hulk and blah, 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 and it was a shit movie, those people would come out and go, oh, you know, Harrison Ford's in there, he comes out as the Red Hulk, blah, blah, blah. They would not care about spoiling it. But if, let's say, it was a good movie and they kept this a secret, they would say that there's something big in here that was actually really awesome, but I don't want to give it away. Go and watch the movie. That word of mouth will definitely hook some of those Marvel people back. Somebody was to say that. Somebody that they trust, obviously. But all this promotion to me just comes across as jangling Harrison Ford in front of everybody, trying to take almost the attention off the fact that this is Captain America, or as Gary does like to say, Captain African American.
Ready to go. That's very consistent with what I remembered. But dude, you were the big star in the movie. You were Captain America.
You're the big star in the movie. I'm the guy with the guy.
I'm the guy next to the guy next to the guy.
Next to the guy.
The worlds we get to live in and the things we get to explore. It was such a pleasure to work together. The reality is that we are a team.
Again, he's talking with such, like, I don't know, excitement. I don't think I've ever seen this out of Harrison Ford ever in my life. Not even for Indiana Jones. I need to get a drink. Sorry, guys. I said it like half an hour ago. Give me 1 second. I didn't mean to remove myself. I meant to hide myself. Let's see. We'll just play the Mozza doing the flossing with the countdown because it's a little bit longer. Coming. All right. That's better. Oh, I think I need to unshare and reshare. Jesus. It just tickled down my throat. Don't you hate that when you take your first sip of your drink and it's like, not. All right, let's reshare this. I gotta watch this movie, for God's sake.
Captain America, we've dedicated our entire lives to serving this country. Adamantium has turned us against each other. We can't let this get into the wrong hands. The country's on the brink of war. Make sure the suit's ready.
Let's go!
How the hell did he just do that?
Really? You must be new.
I bet you break easy. Not that easy.
Nobody saw that.
You won't walk away alive, Captain, but he will. Captain America believed you were.
See, I think if this is just a Falcon movie, It'd be probably a bit better. The thing that got me with the trailer was in this scene when he's beaten. Yeah, he gets the shit kicked out of him by this guy. Now he obviously beats him in the end, I'm guessing, but he was getting the shit kicked out of him. Excuse me. He was huffing and puffing and, you know, blowing that shit down. But no, he was huffing and puffing and like exhausted and stuff. And then when the Red Hulk smashes him, now yeah, his wings and his suit and the shield, obviously, but like there's still force and there's like I just without the super serum, he shouldn't be able to go up against a Hulk. And then there's this one.
Don't worry about me. Just keep on doing what you're doing.
Hey, John. How'd you find us this time?
We have to get it with the light.
All right.
It establishes the location. This is his first movie. YOLO.
No. That's it. That's what they used. Some behind the scenes fun. Fun. So anyway, the point for that was just basically the fact that they pushed out so much promotion. I couldn't believe how much was actually coming out. I was constantly seeing it on my feed. I'm like, was this? Didn't they drop this yesterday? It's like, oh no, this is another one. Didn't they drop that yesterday? No, that's another one again. Drinker talked about this movie today on during Open Bar. It sounds horrible. It wouldn't surprise me. Again, you got to remember too that these movies that are now sort of being released now or coming out now were written and made during the time of shit entertainment. So your expectations for these things should certainly not be high. All right. We're going to be a little bit of a shorter stream today. Got a little bit of a headache coming on too, which is annoying the shit out of me. I got to eat something. Let's do Seal of the Week, shall we? Where is my thing? There it is.
I'm all the Jedi.
Okay, we've got 3 nominations this week, 3 simple nominations this week. The first one comes from our, I was going to say friend, but the guy with the fake wife, J.I. Acob. Here we go. Chopper just put out Ahsoka 2023 with this. And then he comes out and says, Emin Effendi? I don't know how you pronounce his name. I'm sorry. The guy that plays Ezra Bridger. As the live action version of Ezra Bridger is still undisputedly one of the greatest castings in all of Star Wars. This guy loves saying that this thing is like the greatest thing in all of Star Wars. Can't wait to see him return in a future project. Like Ahsoka Season 2. Thank you, J.I. Acob, for your sealing. Sealing? It's like shilling, but sealing. Sounds like I'm just saying sealing. And then we've got Carl Catan, queer, who says, how can anyone hate her? I think with the actually the specific gift that he used here, he's thirsty. He's thirsty. He needs a drink. Did you say Thunderbolts looks better than Captain America? That's interesting. And then the last one, Daily Clone Troopers. Says, every day in November this year, I will be posting Clone Trooper Sister in support of Transgender Awareness Month. And if you don't like it, and if you don't like, sounds like you are sounds like a you problem. Sorry. I don't think I need to say anything. Let me put the poll in the chat. Oh, I don't even have that on live. Here we go. One, 2, and 3. Beautiful. Seeing as you guys have been so good, here, I have a couple of gift memberships. Here you go. Who do we get? Soulshade, Dustin, Lost for Words, Rusty, and Scotty. There you go, Scotty. How about we just give out the last 5 as well? Here you go. Celebration. Party time. You can drop your seal emojis if you're in the chat. Pro Jack fan. Woohoo! Was a hurricane. Cheesy. Brandon Day. Nice. And Mark of Reality got one too. Beautiful. Beautiful. Me too. I'm sorry. Hopefully the next time I get to, it automatically chooses. Keep coming back. I think the algorithm does sort of work where it puts like people that are here more often near the top. So I'm assuming that. But look, all the same, thank you for being here. Thanks for hanging out. All right, how's our poll going? Because I got nothing to watch, so we're just going to get this poll done, and then we get the fuck out of here. And then I can go and eat. Oh, and happy Valentine's Day too, by the way. If you're one of the lucky ones to have love in your life, I hope you have a good day. Vote 3, everyone, says Ghostface. If you didn't get a membership, it means Rhino hates you. Well, that's not true at all. Number 1, number 2, and number 3. Get some food in ya. Yeah, I'm going to do that. It's a tie, is it? Whoa. We need a couple more votes to hopefully break the tie up. Come on, people. We got over 30 people here watching. I know there's a couple of lurkers there. Have a look. I read them out. Number 1, J.I. Acob. And he's shilling for Ezra Bridger. Kyle Katanquer, shilling for Ray. And Daily Clone Troopers, shilling for trans clones. It's pretty simple. Pretty simple. Come on. If I can get one more person to at least vote on number 2 or number 3, I will end it. Number 2 is Kyle Katan saying, how can anyone hate her? Talking about Ray. and the clone trooper, the trans clone trooper. Ridley is a man. KK Katan, all the way. No, it doesn't look like we're going to get anyone to tie break this or break the tie. When we come back from this clip, I'm ending it. I'm ending the poll. Which one do we want to play? We'll go with this one.
R4. Prepare to just spare part canisters. Prepare to just spare part canisters.
Red 2 standing by. Red 11 standing by. Red 5 standing by. Red 5 standing by.
Anakin, Chancellor Palpatine is evil! From my point of view, the Jedi are evil! Well, then you are lost!
I gotta ask, was the first half of that clip echoing and then the second half wasn't? All right. The tie is broken. We are ending the poll. There we go. Let me share my screen again. Evil chat, let Rhino have his lunch. That's right. All right, here we go. So in last place, cool, with 13% of the vote was J.I. Jacob. Sorry, Jacob, not this week, buddy. There were people that were worse than you. In second place with 40% of the vote was number 3, Daily Clone Trooper, shilling for the trans clone. And the winner of this week's Seal of the Week with 46% of the vote was number 2, Kyle Katan, queer, saying, how can anyone hate her? Congratulations, Kyle Katan. I think that's the first time you've ever won Seal of the Week, because you don't get a lot of nominees. We'll have to get you in the mix a bit more. But yeah, congratulations. You win your first award for Seal of the Week.
I'm all the Jedi.
To be fair, he's right in a way. Why would you hate Rey and not Daisy? Guess you have to hate both. No, it sounds fine. Oh. Normally when I've got something on the background and then I play one of my clips, it echoes. All right, guys, we are all wrapped up. Like I said, it's a short one. We're pretty much right on the 2-hour mark. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. There wasn't really too much to talk about, but we'll, I don't know, we'll get some good shit. Have a good Valentine, you guys too. Have a good one. As for what's coming and all of that sort of thing, I don't really know. I'm not really doing anything in regards to videos at the moment. I'm just enjoying doing the streams. So I'm still just doing that. And that's really it. You can catch me on Flashcast on Sunday, Saturday night, depending on, again, where you are in the world. And see you next week for Casual Rage 203. Should be good. Thanks for everyone lurking, the rewatchers. I know you're always there, so this shout out to you. Thank you. Smash the like button, subscribe, all the good shit. Thank you to everybody who super chatted, the members. And that's it. All right, guys. We will see you next week for another awesome show. Later.
They came bounding over.
Fuck off! Disney! You fucking cunt!
A few minutes? Are you kidding? At the rate they're gaining?
No, what is it? You have to shoot this. Traveling through hyperspace is like dusting crops, kid. Without precise calculations, we fly too close to a store. They're bounce into a supermarket and then...
Yeah.
Be a hell of a mess.
What's that?
Watch. You're losing your deflector shields. Go strap yourselves in. Be careful on the way out.
Yeah, sure. I'm taking very cautious.
You go away.
We bounced too near a supermarket?
Put a chicken in and make her name it gay!